I'm very disappointed in Putin. And he's been fighting hard, he's been fighting long, and they lost millions. And I'm not going to ever call anybody a paper tiger, but Russia spent millions and millions of dollars in bombs, missiles, ammunition, and lives, their lives. And they've gained virtually no land. I think it's time to stop.
That's President Trump yesterday at the White House. For the latest in Ukraine, let's bring in former NATO Ambassador Kurt Volker. Ambassador Volker, what is your assessment right now of the Ukrainian fighting spirit? Are they feeling defeated? Are they feeling like they can beat Russia in this terrible conflict?
Well, it all starts from the fact that they are defending their own territory, their own homes, their lands, their families. So they have incredible determination. Even when it's tough, even when they get tired, even when Russia has these bombings of civilians overnight, the Ukrainians are still very determined because they are defending themselves. And I would say that President Trump's post on Truth Social after his meeting with Zelensky in New York was indeed a shot in the arm for Ukrainians. It was the first time that President Trump really laid bare how poorly Russia is doing and how Ukraine can possibly win this war.
Well, and there was, such a turn of events, or it seems like there's been a turn of events since that visit last year to the White House by President Zelensky. Now it seems like the president is favoring the Ukrainian side, which wasn't necessarily the case for a while.
Well, I think that he was making sure that Ukraine wanted an immediate ceasefire, that they wanted peace. After that Oval Office meeting in February, he said that he wasn't sure that Zelensky wanted peace. But now I think he is convinced, and Zelensky has said many, many times, they're ready for peace, they're ready to negotiate, they're ready to meet. And Trump has done everything possible to make an offer to Vladimir Putin. He has bent over backwards, given him every opportunity to have a ceasefire, to stop the war, to stop killing. And Putin has, frankly, taken advantage of President Trump. President Trump has given him time and given him opportunity and offers of possible business deals, lifting his sanctions. And Putin has pretended to be interested in that while actually escalating the fighting. And I think the final straw may have been when President Trump called Putin from the Oval Office with those European leaders there waiting while he made this phone call. And Putin told him he would meet with Zelensky in a bilateral and then a trilateral format. And then after that, Putin backed away and has no intention of meeting with Zelensky. So Trump now knows that Putin just lied to him directly and has no intention of ending this war. And I think that's why we're seeing this change of tone from President Trump.
And the attacks on civilian facilities, apartment buildings, and infrastructure just continue, and the world seems to sort of collectively yawn. I mean, it astounds me that the Russians do this night after night after night, blowing up apartment buildings, and there's nobody to stop them. There's no response.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up because even your correspondent there from London said these attacks back and forth or making it sound like they're equal, the way the Russians and the Ukrainians are behaving. Not so at all. That the Russians are deliberately taking cities, civilians, people's lives in order to terrorize the population. Apartment buildings, a 74-year-old woman, as you said. The Ukrainians are being much more tactically appropriate. They're hitting military targets and they're hitting energy infrastructure, which of course does provide refined petroleum products for army vehicles, tracked vehicles, aircraft, as well as gasoline for cars, which has some impact on the civilian population, but it is not killing people the way the Russians are. So these are categorically different. And the world is helping Ukraine quite a bit with air defense. But as you say, there is more that we could be doing.
The president could also do more in terms of sanctions on Russia. You said he talked with Putin about potentially easing some, but he could add some as well.
Yes, he could. And I think it's long overdue. Russia has adjusted to the first layer of sanctions where Western countries and the U.S. are not buying and trading Russian oil and gas, but they found others who are willing to do so and are rerouting. So we need to go after those others who are trading with Russia with secondary sanctions. And I think it's important to view this as sanctions. Go after the businesses, the ports, the vessels, the refineries. Go after them rather than going after whole countries with tariffs. That may not actually work. It may backfire. But targeting those companies that need access to the global financial system would be much more effective.
Ambassador Kurt Volker, it's good to talk to you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thanks.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.